with, do you mean physically, emotionally? Does both could encompass everything? Or is everything encompassed by both things? Are you feeling overwhelmed by anything? If everything is encompassed with both things, are they a part of our reality or just somewhere else? I can't fake another smile. I can't fake like I'm alright. And I won't say I'm feeling fine. After what I've been through, I can't lie. Nearly a quarter of American adults, more than 59 million people, live with a mental health disorder, such as anxiety, depression, obsessive-compulsive disorder, and post-traumatic stress disorder, among others, according to the American Institute of Mental Health. But more than half don't get help for their problems, according to the American Psychiatric Association. Don't beat it, babe. Fall apart twice a day. I just wish you could feel what you say. Show never tell, but I know you too well. Got a mood that you wish you could sell. Look at you, still standing after being knocked down and thrown out. I meet you standing on a ledge. What's going on inside that pretty head? I meet you standing on a ledge. Why don't you come talk to me instead? Look at you, still growing after being picked and plucked and prodded out of your home. Look at me! 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 Because I exist! I exist! I exist! I exist! I exist! We all wear masks. Some are obvious, like the ones we're in a pandemic, but others are invisible. Those masks that cover our mouth, they cover our truth. Those masks hide our fears, our stress, and our sadness, but also parts of ourselves we don't show. For many of us, the mask is a symbol of protection. We tell ourselves, if people don't see me struggle, then maybe the struggle isn't real. But pretending to be okay doesn't make anything better. In fact, the longer we hold up the mask, the heavier it becomes. Mayor Enshorman said, we may encounter many defeats, but we must not be defeated. Today, I want to talk about those masks, the emotional ones, and how they affect our mental health. The pieces are from All the Bright Places, I Don't Want to Be You Anymore, and Everything I Wanted by Billie Eilish, the poem Resilience by Alex L., Truth is Poetry by Chia Wiftaker, Library of Medicine and Stigma, I Exist by Fat Sound, Control by Soy Reese, I'm Still Standing by Elton John, and The Archer by Taylor Swift. Into The Mask We Carry, our program. Coping mechanisms are ways people manage unpleasant and painful emotions. They are conscious bands of parent thoughts. Unlike with defense mechanisms, people know that they're using coping mechanisms to manage stressful situations. One coping mechanism is emotional suppression. Emotional suppression is when a person avoids their feelings on purpose. People might consciously avoid their feelings on purpose for several reasons. Look at you, still dancing and singing, after being defeated and dissembled. Look at you, love, still here and hopeful, after it all. If I knew that then, would I do it again? Would I do it again if the new word they said would go straight to my head? What would the same say? If I knew that then, would I do it again? Would I do it again if the new word they said would go straight to my head? What would the saint said? You're not alone, Violet. I see you. Even the parts you think are invisible. You deserve to be happy. Sometimes the darkest places can be pretty too. You don't have to pretend with me. You matter. You really do. I'm trying every day. You don't have to hide anything. And it's breaking over me. I found some ice down to your seabed. Found a place to rest my head. Never let me go. Never let me go. Never let me go. Never let me go. As a result of stigma, individuals might struggle to decide whether or not to disclose their mental health issues to minimize the risk of further stigma and labeling. Secrecy might shield people from additional stigma temporarily, but it typically has long-term negative effects, such as isolation, loneliness, and poor relationship experiences. While disclosure carries risk of being stigmatized and labeled by others, it is to have less long-term detrimental effects, including internalized stigma. I can tell you now the truth. and put it into words or frozen rivers, or just wrap it into a long stand of time. And let it all out. Let it out. One word to smooth and shine. And maybe one of a mind. Find the full course of all that happened. I'm not saying as it was. And keep it as a dark horse. And keep it round. What would I gain from saying now the full truth of the time and place? And spare you this spin roll. Never to believe me again. And rest in my disgrace. So that I might continue to enjoy my youth. And tell you only what I choose for you to see. And let the rifts of life continue to deceive. Hey V, what's up? How are you? Fine, it's been a minute. What's been going on? I can't deal with it right now. I can't. Is everything okay? Honestly, I don't know. In anticipation of being rejected, people with mental health issues might also avoid social contact. Past research has found that internalized stigma can affect people's social networks, personal relationships, and feelings being part of a community. I don't want to lose control. Nothing I can do anymore. Trying every day when I hold my breath. Spinning out in space, pressing on my chest. I don't want to lose control. I'm trying to focus. Focus on what? On staying awake. I don't understand what it means. Sometimes I go blank. I get in those dark moods. I think too fast to keep track of anything. And then it's like, all my thoughts are gone at once. And sometimes, if I put them up here, I can focus and slow down, but I can't right now. I can't. You know, I'm still standing, better than I ever did. Looking like a true survivor, feeling like a little kid. And I'm still standing, after all this time. Picking up the pieces of my life without you in my mind. We wear the mask that grins and lies. It hides our cheek and shades our eyes. The debt we paid to whom and God, with torn and bleeding hearts we smile. Where should the word be otherwise, in counting all of our tears and sighs? No, let them only see us, while we wear the mask. I used to be worried about everything. Things that seemed meaningful were actually meaningless. I worried about life. I worried about what would happen if I let myself feel again. I thought I didn't deserve to. Then, without really knowing, I changed. I wasn't worried about what would happen if I let myself feel again. I was worried about what would happen if I didn't. What would I miss? I worried about not remembering. Not remembering all of the moments, all of the places. And that's because of Finch. Because he taught me to wander. He taught me that you don't have to climb a mountain to stand on the top of the world. That even the ugliest places can be beautiful, as long as you take time to look. That it's okay to get lost, as long as you find a way back. And that there are bright places, even in dark times. And if there isn't, you can be the bright place. Sharing emotions can make us vulnerable. And it's normal to want to avoid exposing vulnerabilities to others. Mirroring, expressing certain emotions will let other people to judge you, use them against you, or reject you. If you express your emotions and someone reacts negatively, you could end up triggering a more painful conflict. So instead, you choose to avoid them entirely. This desire to avoid pain often stems from an underlying lack of trust in yourself or others. If people have manipulated your emotions in the past, you might fear trusting someone with your feelings again. I've been the Arsha. I've been the prey. Who could ever leave me, darling? But who could stay? Dark side. I should search for a dark side. But what if I'm alright? Right here. And I could have my nose, just to spite my face. And then I hide my reflection. For years and years. I wake in the night, I pace like a ghost. The room is on fire, invisible smoke. And all of my heroes die alone. Help me hold on to you.